So this is the most recent major amp project I've worked on. This is my Fender Hot Rod Deville, and I think this is originally the version 1 of the amp. It was made in 2002, I think. I got it off of eBay back in the day. I think I got it in around 2005 or so. But you'll notice that the top control panel looks a bit different. The thing that I kind of went back and forth on what I was going to do with this amp. I couldn't decide exactly how I wanted to do the circuit. But it sort of came together when I just realized, I'm just going to go with what the control panel's labeled. And then that would save me having to redo the faceplate. So this is not just the inputs for the the regular low gain, high gain, low gain inputs. This is channel 1 input and this is channel 2 input. The foot switching is gone. And the reason for it is that I wanted to do a hand-wired amp. It's kind of a pain to do foot switching with relays when you're doing hand-wired stuff, but it also affects tone. So I did this is channel 1 and this is channel 2. And if I wanted to do foot switching, I can just do that with an ABY switch on the outside of the amp. This is the normal bright switch, which affects the normal channel, and then the more drive switch, which affects the drive channel. So this is the volume or the gain control for the clean. This is the gain drive control for the second channel. Treble, middle, bass, still standard. The master works as a universal master. On the original circuit, this only affects the lead channel, and it actually acts as a secondary gain control, really. But this is a universal master for the whole amp, and as a result, you can adjust the volume of the clean or the drive channel using the master. And as a result, you can get very usable volumes that is not so sensitive. And the reverb is now an all-tube driven reverb, which I'm still tinkering with. I need to figure out a few changes I need to make to get this as optimized as I want. And the presence control is basically the same as the original amp, the present circuitry, except it's hand wired. The foot switch, these are not connected right now because I'm still fussing out a few changes in this amp. But the foot switch will eventually work, turn the reverb on and off. And I never use loops. I just don't like them. I always put things in the front of the amp, so I just put this here to cover it up. So, and standard on-off switches. So here I'm going to show you guys the circuitry here. So first thing to notice is this is a DeVille, but I'm running 6v6s in it. And I was able to rebias it and cathode bias it. But I am probably going to have to adjust that a little bit because the voltages are a bit high. So I'm going to have to do some minor adjustments on that. And you'll see that unlike most DeVilles, this thing actually has 4 preamp tubes. And I added one to drive the reverb. So here is the whole board. And the thing is this is an experimental circuit. So the thing is I'm running some of the wires are not, I wouldn't have these wires by design running around like this. But I'm experimenting on the circuit to try to get it to sound exactly how I want, and I'm having to make a few changes on the fly. But once I get that all figured out, I'm going to redesign the board and get it to look prettier. But so I'm running metal film resistors on the grids, using carbon comp, old school carbon comp resistors on the rest of the circuit. Orange drops and cathode bias power tubes, and it's all hand wired. So it sounds pretty fabulous as it is, but I do need to do a few other changes to optimize the circuit to get it the way I want it. There's the reverb is not as lush as I want it to be, and when I get that adjusted, I think it'll be perfect. So that's my latest big amp project, and sorry I won't have a chance to do a sound demo on it, but I'll get to that soon enough. That's all for now.